Hello. Hopefully everybody got the notification for this. I wanted to stop and take a minute to speak to all of you in reference to this video, in reference to um, what you just read about the shift being necessary, or you had to go through something. Hi, Jenny. So it's important that you did, in fact, go through certain things in your life. Before I come back and do the mini reads, this was more important first. So what this video is pretty much about is accepting the trials, the tribulations, whatever comes towards you that you have to deal with, that you have to face. We all, including myself, have to face certain things in life that aren't pleasurable, aren't fun, don't feel good, don't make us feel good. Challenges. Some of us have challenges with addictions, with alcohol, with drugs, with porn, with sex, with cheating, with affairs, with lying. There's so many things that we all have to deal with. We don't know, other than walking in somebody else's shoes, we don't know what other people are going through. We don't understand their challenges. We, oh, we don't understand the things that bring them to the point of where they are. We don't know what makes somebody steal. We don't know what makes somebody lie. We don't know what makes somebody use drugs for the first time. We don't know what makes somebody drink for the first time. We don't know what makes somebody abusive for the first time. But what's important is that we truly, as one huge family, especially H&G, you know we're family here, but in the universe itself, I'm hoping that through this pandemic, more people can learn to work together. More people can learn to support one another and encourage one another rather than try to top somebody else, or rather than try to knock this small businesses down, or trying to destroy families. You know, there's so many struggling moments for people going through this horrible, horrible situation. But years ago, they went through something similar with SARS or swine flu or so many other things, polio, going way back. There was always something that eventually came up. Question is, are we going to let this make us closer, or are we going to let this make us drift apart? A lot of people are spending more time at home with their children and families, learning how to really become a parent, because now you can't pay your nanny or whoever to come and take care of your kids. Now you got to do it. There's more people sitting and having conversations at the dinner table than there has been ever in years. There's a lot more people um, who are really finding out who their partner is, who they're married to. You know, they're really finding out their best friends. You know, how true of a friend are they? How faithful are they? A lot of people now are even praying more. A lot of people are finally paying attention to their faith. In the very beginning of this pandemic, a lot of people got really scared. Now, because the governors are limiting the restrictions and allowing more things to open, people are starting to feel confident. People are starting not to be as afraid. So many people you'll see aren't even wearing their masks, so to speak. But is it time to let your guard down? That's my question. Is it time to let your guard down? For many, there is definitely the opportunity to take that test to see what you're going to do, to see how you're going to protect yourself. No one is invincible from this disease. Nobody is invincible from dying, and nobody's invincible from anything else. Thank you, Sharon. So, my reason for this video is that this shift that you had to go through, this adjustment, this hardship, this divorce, this breakup, this job loss, um, all these things, they weren't for nothing. It is part of your learning lesson. It's part of you growing through another moment, through another situation, testing your faith as well. There's a lot of things here that we're not looking at. We're focused so much on the rules, the disciplines, or the disciplinary actions that people are taking to control us, to keep us limited. But at the same time, we're not looking at the bigger picture. What haven't we done all along? Why, in the past, if there's so many flus that were similar to this one, or so many different epidemics, why wasn't some type of cure, vaccine created? Why are they searching so hard now? Why weren't they prepared for something like this? For a lot of you here, again, we are all definitely going through so many different things. You know, I always keep things real with you. I'm always honest about different things. I share as much as I can with you because you share with me. This why my channel is so much different than anybody else's is because I keep it personal. I want it personable. I want that communication. I want that connection with you as well. A lot of people, I don't want them to see me as just a card reader, as just a psychic, as just an intuitive person. I want them to see me as Helen. Helen who has a grandson, Helen who has a daughter, Helen who's been divorced, Helen who's been through domestic violence, Helen who's had breakups, Helen who's had victories, Helen who's been a victim. There's so many Helens in here, but the best Helen there is the one that's still here today, still trying, still fighting. See, I can't never be called a loser no matter what I go through, no matter what happens to me, because I never quit trying. I never stop. Now, prior to coming on earlier as I was supposed to, I had a situation dealing with my daughter, helping her to get through a situation that involved her a relapse, or possibly, I don't want to say that way a relapse, but what I mean is her going with this fella, trying to make a new life for herself, moving out of the supportive housing that she was in. I just feel like that relapsed her because that was her going to a place where she thought she could handle it by herself. But they didn't get along. She had only known for a little while, but she had that feeling, like a lot of people get that feeling that, oh, that's the right one, or they're good for me, or we get along great. But sometimes you don't know somebody till you live with them. And then you realize, oh shoot, maybe this wasn't a good idea. So that kind of relapse, meaning that she fell for it again, like we all do. We all relapse in relationships. We all tend to allow somebody to take control of that sword again, which hurts us, hurts our feelings, and sets us back again. But she'll move forward. She'll get back to the sober living home where she was living, and go back to living with the girls who she got along so well with and loved and adored. Um, it's hard when you lose a family member and somebody passes away. It's very difficult to get over that hurdle. But at the same time, it's important to find things, or any disappointments that you go through, any struggles, any heartbreaks. It's important to find support. It's important to talk to people, which is why I'm doing this video now. Not only is this video for me, but it's also for you. It's so that you can vent, so that you can um, see that, no, you're not the only one. Just because I sit on this side of the screen doesn't make my life perfect by far. I can remember for the past 10 years my daughter in and out of addiction, and struggling so hard for sobriety. And she did so great with that. I think she was up to 150 days now. So, but the point is, the relationship part of it isn't working for her. See, she can control maybe the addiction, but she can't control the behaviors yet. That's going to take some more time to change the behaviors. We all need to change the behaviors in our lives. We all need to start making better choices and decisions, not making such quick and fast decisions either. So as I sat here thinking about you guys, and then I sat here thinking about my daughter, it didn't work out for her where she moved, so she's going to move back. So that's okay. A lesson learned, right? So we all have lessons that we got to go through. And as I said in the beginning on the title of this, and please read the words that were written in the description. It is very important to read the words in the description. There's going to come a time in your life when it's going to be really hard to make a choice or decision to do the right thing or to do what your heart tells you to do. When your heart's telling you to do one thing and your mind's telling you to do something else, it is very difficult to not follow your heart. It's extremely hard. But I can tell you that it is more important to do what you know is going to help you get into the next level. If the choice or decision that you're going to make is going to take you backwards and it's not going to help you to go forward, if you know this person is toxic, if you know that this person doesn't have your best interest at heart, then you know you want to make a different choice. So as I said, when I spoke about relapse, I'm talking about with my daughter. It was sensitive for me because she wanted so hard to show she could live on her own. She wanted so hard to try to live that quote unquote normal life, not to be listed like as in a assisted living. I mean, a sober living home. She wanted to live on her own and see that she could do it. Having 5 months clean, she thought she had enough strength behind her that she could do it. But then when she was out there and with her boyfriend, things were not what she thought they would be. So because there was arguments, there was fighting, um, there was him being removed from the apartment, and police coming involved. And now, thank goodness, she had spoken to the girls and said, "Look, this didn't work out. I made a really bad decision. I should have never went with him." And thank God, you know, that's all that's happened. Thank God she's be able to go back to where she was. Thank God she'll be able to go back to her job. Thank God she'll be able to do so many different things now. So thank God her job was very understanding, knowing that she was involved in a domestic kind of situation that didn't work out too good. Could have been a lot worse, but she's doing great. Things are going to be moving forward. And so after I handle everything I have to handle here, then we'll be going to get her back to her regular place of living. So that's why I wanted to come on here. I wanted to also share with you, like I said, please read the description that's in the front of this video. It is very important. And I just want to tell you that God loves you. I love you. And for some of you who may never have prayed to God before, maybe you don't know him like that. Listen, he's a really friendly guy. My father passed away in October of 2004. But I still have a dad that can hear me every single day. Um, I don't get to speak to my father the way I can my grandmother or anybody else. It's different. I don't think he's never believed in any of this. He never wanted to talk about it. He was. I don't think he liked it. I think it scared him, to be honest with you. Um, when I even try to reach him now, I can feel his energy, but I don't think he believes it's me. I don't know what he thinks. I don't know what he thinks up there. Um, I'm sure my mother and my grandmother have spoken to him. Um, but still, my dad is very stubborn. He was a Marine. He's an Aries. Um, He believes in what he believes, and that's it, and you ain't changing his mind. But I do have God the Father, same dad as you have. So we are all good. We are all good. Brave Star, this ain't about you. This is about all of us together. This is about everyone. It is not a personal reading here. Not right this minute. But I will be back on. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. I have something else to wrap up. So I hope you guys can come on. I hope you catch me. I hope you get the notifications. We'll see. But remember to hit the like button. And remember to comment down below. Read the description in the front. Tell me if it makes sense to you. If it does, hit the like button and comment down below.